Well, today is truly a special day indeed. This past Sunday, we had a particular blessing for grandparents, and today we celebrate, in a sense, spiritually speaking, our grandparents, our spiritual grandparents. They are the father and mother of our mother, Mary. And it helps us to reflect really on the fundamental role grandparents have, and really the elderly in our world. We may not be the grandparents of Mary, the mother of God, but really the grandparents of something we share in common together as Catholic Christians. What is it that we share in common with the Blessed Virgin Mary, with Saints Joachim and Anne? It's the call to holiness. And even though we may not be grandparents of the Mother of God who bears Jesus physically in its truest sense in this world, we do receive that vocation to bear Jesus spiritually, with our virtues, with receiving grace from his body and blood and the rest of the sacraments, to give witness to that in the world. As I think of it, just personally speaking, my great-grandmother, for instance, back in Mexico, a woman of deep faith, I can see my vocation being traced back to her fervent prayers and her witness as she was suffering patiently due to lack of resources in that area in Mexico. And so for us, brothers and sisters, for the elderly, for our grandparents, who are suffering in ways maybe that we don't even notice, that is a specific and sacred vocation to holiness that the Lord is inviting a union so that the graces that are being offered not only benefit our grandparents, but really generations to come. And so today we ask for that grace to ever be more united through the intercessions of St. Anne and St. Joachim to God, who, more than we can imagine, bears fruit in our lives, and especially for our grandparents, and how the faith is passed down from generation to generation. That call to holiness becomes ever more deeper, ever more vivid in our lives. And so today, we pray to God, we give him thanks, and we ask for that grace to continue to mature in our faith.